So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our video of Mars in the ninth house of your Dashamsha chart. As in, what happens when Mars is in the ninth house of your D10 Dashamsha, which is a very important chart in Vedic astrology. It is the chart that shows the career, it's chart of obligation to society. What do you have to do in society, before you take your last breath? Okay. And as always, if you do not know, if you have this particular position, what sign it's in, not what nakshatra in the Dashamsha, but what nakshatra is in your birth chart, okay? For that, check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report, including my books, consultation, and link to my academy, Magha Vedic Astrology Academy, where I just uploaded the video of Saturn or zodiac signs from Saturn. Okay, so Mars in the ninth house. So ninth house of Dashamsha represents authorities and bosses behind the scenes. Ninth house represents the mentors at work. Ninth house represents journeys you take in your work and for society. Okay, either to learn something or to serve. And only learning something through which you can benefit the society and not yourself. If you're going to benefit something with yourself, that's going to be the birth chart. Either it's going to be the birth chart, it's going to be the Sastyamsa chart, Navamsha, Dvadasamsha. But Dasamsha is what you must do for society. So Mars is sitting here. The first thing you will see, and I've seen this, I've really seen this with especially Mars being ninth from the moon, even in the birth chart. But we're talking about, society and your professional life here, is that you will be ignoring the most valuable information and following ignorant knowledge. You will be prone to following bad advices in career, bad advices through society. Even though society might be right, okay? In their own way, in their own perspective, and you'll follow it, but then later society will say, oh, well, I think we made a mistake. You're like, oh, okay. And that becomes the lesson. And until that lesson is learned, you do not have that ability to discern. You will not question it until while you're following something that society is saying, yet it may not be the most true, but you will feel like it is the stamped by God. The other thing, you will make arguments and fights with the bosses, with your mentors. You will challenge them. You'll feel like they're your competition, even when they try to give you advice that can kind of help you excel. You will take that as this competitive advice, like, are they really giving this advice for me to excel, or are they wanting to excel? Okay, I'm going to actually take only 30% of what they're telling me, but 70% I'm going to include my own because I think this is what's happening. Because see, what happens is Mars is not thinking, Mars is doing. And what happens is whenever there are things related to advices, things that are coming in your ear, things that you're watching and looking, Mars will become ignorant to those things. Because you will always feel like you're on a battlefield. And on battlefield, the only thing that the soldier will hear is the steps of the enemy. Where is the enemy? Where do I have to protect myself? So whenever any advice comes in, you will see this as with Mars in 3rd and 9th house. They have a hard time listening to that advice because all they're hearing is that sounds of the enemy coming closer to them. So again, it's not a fault of this individual. There's nothing. It's not like this person is really bad for doing that. It's just that that's what the Mars is doing. That's what Mars is doing. And these are the people that actually love traveling for their work. They will love taking professional training. They feel disciplined when they take training. Why? Because a soldier feels more disciplined when they're training at 4 a.m. in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning. They feel like they're getting ahead, kind of like an athlete. Athlete and soldier are very similar. One is a life and death scenario. The other is just like something to put between commercials. And the other thing we also see is that due to this particular Mars, one will always get into fights within their home due to their travel and due to them, spending a lot of time at work. But at the same time, this particular Mars will also cause issues with some foreign government. At one point, not continuously, at one point, either a government official or government. And usually I've seen this where, for example, when people get a career consultation from me, people are rejected for visa a couple of times. And only, after 3-4 times trying, they'll get the visa. So what is happening? They're dealing with an obstacle with a government. They have to fight a government in a way, metaphorically, they're fighting the government to get something. So they're going to do this. Why? Because of the fourth aspect of Mars onto the 12th house. They want to conquer a foreign land, but it's not going to come without fight. You got to remember that. And that is a good thing that that when it is rejected, when you have to hire a lawyer, hire somebody, deal with all these paperwork, you're fighting a battle now. And only the battle when comes in, that's when eventually it will happen. But it takes several tries depending upon how Mars is. Sometimes it'll happen in the second try, or it could be anything. It could be anything. You're looking for a business license in a foreign country, not the visa. The company will not give you a license because you're operating from India or somewhere, and you have to kind of like fight your way towards those things. Okay. So anyway, guys, this was my analysis of Mars in the 9th house of your Dashamsha chart. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below so you don't miss these type of videos. If you want to know where your Mars is placed, all your astrological details, check out the links here. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow.